Adama Blanta haya signing ceremony ya ujin bude sinde FCB onduze kunkuno uyo aje. Hello yebo the ICC for an event in which former Flames legend Peter Kaira will be launching his second book titled Football in Malawi. The first edition was introduced in 2023, and 3 years later he has come with the second edition with the very same title, Football in Malawi. Basically, it's all about the history of Malawi's football, dating back to the 70s, the 80s, and also taking us through the 90s lane. In fact, it also explains the history about who is Peter Kaira, the journey that took a man from Nsomi village in the area of traditional authority Mwenewanya in Chitipa district all the way to Manzini Wanderers in Swaziland, now called Eswatini. He also starred for a couple of clubs in Malawi, Bata Bullets, Sivo, as well as played for. So that book contains all that history that will be unveiled through that book titled Football in Malawi. We are live on Zodiak television. In case you're just joining us, this is Sam Banda. Tili kuno ku BICC mu mzinda wa Lilongwe kumene kuli mwambo okazikitsa buku lochedwa kuti Football in Malawi. Buku limeneli amene walemba ndi osewera wakale wa timu ya dziko lino ya Malawi, the Flames, Peter Kaira. Limeneli ndi buku lachiwiri, kamba kuti buku loyamba linatuluka zaka zitatu zapitazo, ndipo apa kuli ngati kungopitiriza buku limenelo kufotokoza mbiri ya masewera mpira wa miyendo mdziko lino la Malawi, ndipo buku li mutu wake ndi Football in Malawi. Mchichewa chomveka bwino tingangonena mwachidule kuti mpira wa miyendo mdziko la Malawi. Mwachidule buku likukamba zambiri ya masewera mpira wa miyendo makamaka ku timu ya dziko lino ya Flames imene Peter Kaira anayisewerera kwa zaka zosachepera 10 kuyambira 1980 kudzalekeza 1989. Anali mmodzi mwa osewera amene anatenga nawo chikho cha Eastern Central African Challenge mchaka cha 1988 nthawi imeneyo ndithu akumavala jezi number 4 mwina nkuteka inuyo Flames imene munayionera jezi number 4 munapeza kuvala chance makamaka Albert Mpinga njira koma ayi ndithu jezi imeneyo ndithu mbuyomu inkadziwika ndi Peter Kings Kaira ndi wadzifotokoza yekha mbiri yake kuti kodi iyeyo ndi ndani munthu amene ndithu pakadali pano ali ndi zaka 63 amachokera mmudzi mwa Msomi mfumu yaikulu mwene wanya mboma la Chitipa ulendo ochokera kumene koko kudzafika kuti akasewere ku timu ya dziko lino ya Flames anawuyendetsa motani ndi bukulo likufotokoza mpira wake kumene ndithu namtengera wasewerapo matimu ngati Rompi United matimu komanso ndithu so mbiri yonseyo ikufotokozedwa ndithu mbuku limene ndithu Peter Kings Kaira akada kulikhazikitsa kuno ku Bingu International Convention Center BICC. Mwambo umenewu uli ndi komiti yake imene ikuyendetsa ija Chingerezi tene kuti organizing committee imene wapampando wake ndi Chimango Muntali. Tachitika mwayi kuti Muntali woti nawo tafunse kuti kodi zikutanthauzanji kuti ayi mwambo ngati umenewu ukuchitika takulandirani.
Zikomo kwambiri Sam.
Munthu ooneka wachinyamata kwambiri koma mmayendetsa nawo mpira ndikukapezeka unena kuti mwapasidwa udindo unena kuti ayi tandiyendetsereni mwambowu chikutanthauzaji unena kuti mbiri ikuchitika unena kuti ayi anthu adziwenso pano kuti kodi Peter Kings Kaira mpira wa ku Malawi wayenda motani.
Choyambirira ndi chinthu ndithu cha mtengo wapatali kuona kuti Peter Kings Kaira ndi gulu la ifeyo ndi ma age groups osiyana kwambiri koma chifukwa cha tikamati football is a beautiful game.
Yes.
Yatikwanisa kunati tosefu tibweresa pamodzi kufika kuti generation imeneyo ikukhulupirira generation yapanopo kuti yendese function iyi yokamba zambiri anthawi imeneyo. So ndi ka excitement kena yake kumwe kama khala moyo mwanga ndikamaona zomwe football imatha kupanga pa moyo wa anthu ndi muchikhalidwe chathu.
Kufunikira kunena kuti tidzisunga mbiri nkotani tikatengera ndi chitsanzo chimene Peter Kings akutipatsa kuti akankachiwiri akukhazikitsa buku limene likumafotokoza mbiri ya mpira wa miyendo
pachoti palibe reference omwe tingathe kuona kuti izi zankapanga bwanji chifukwa anthu omwe ankapanga zimenezozo kulibeko ndi tikakhala ndi anthu ngati mwalili Peter Kings Kaira kuti wachiona kuti zomwe ndinapanga experience ine zomwe anapanga experience azinzanga tizike mbuku kuti when we are gone sasapite ndi knowledge yathu. So knowledge is only retained if it's documented as compared to kunati ndimazuwa zinthu ine anthu sapindula nawo.
Bukuli mupanga effort yotani kuti lisangothera kulikhazikitsa ku BICC koma mwana amene ali pa Chispasula secondary school likamfikire, mwana amene amaphunzira pa primary school kudzenza akawerenge nawo, mwana amene amaphunzira pa primary school ya kukaning'ina ku Mzuzu akawerenge nawo.
Choyambirira nchoti tinapanga invite anzathu aku Ministry of Education komanso kumbali ya ma librarians kuti tionesese kuti nawonso afikiridwa because zambiri izizi mabuku omwe atagulidwe pano mabuku omwe anthu tidakumane nawo ambiri atenga buku chino kakhala nalo pa nyumba koma tiyeni tipange effort yoti buku limeneli lipezeke what we call public spaces, public libraries, universities. So you see here some of the invited guests, they are not just ordinary people. They are professors from universities because tukuziwa kufunika kuti buku limene lipite likafikira anthu ambiri panopo samukhoza kukumbuka kuti ku Mzuzu University kuli a sports management course, ku Mubas ku MAST kuli a sports management course.
Of course,
zosezi ma resources omwe ayenera kumayuza ndi buku ngati lili so ndipo yambira pabwino poyambira pabwino.
Tathokoza kwambiri.
Zikomo kwambiri.
That's Mr. Chimango Muntali amene ali wapampando wa komiti imene kuyendetsa mwambo umenewu okhazikitsa buku lotchedwa Football in Malawi, buku limene walemba mmodzi mwa anthu amene anasewera mu timu ya mpira wa miyendo ya dziko lino ya Flames zaka zapitazo chamma 80 uko. Mwinanso ine nsanamepo apa nthawi imene kunali kulibe nali wansanabadwe kumene kumano kumakhala ni moyo kufikira tsiku la lero, chinthu cha mtengo wapatali kwambiri. Buku litsopano akulikhazikitsa kuno ku Bingu International Convention Center ku Lilongwe. Buku lachiwiri loyamba lotchedwa Football in Malawi so analitulutsa mchaka cha 2023, so ngati kupitiriza kapena a continuation kuti kodi bukulo likukamba zotani zokhuzana ndi mbiri ya mpira wa miyendo makamaka mdziko lino la Malawi. Kodi mmadziwa ino kuti pali chaka china chake Malawi inakanthidwa 12-0 ndi timu ya dziko la Ghana. Kodi mmadziwa ino kuti Kamuzu Stadium ya lero ku Blantyre ya mbuyomu inali Rangeless Stadium. Zonsezo ndithu zikukambidwa buku limene la Peter Kinskaira, The Living Former Flames Legend. Tachitikanso mwayi kuti kumwambo konkuno tilinso ndi anzake ena amene anasewera nawo limodzi ku Flames nthawi imeneyo, kuphatikizapo ajatimango adziwa kuti Ayugo amene wandithu anali mphunzitsi wa matimu ngati Silver Strikers, Escom United, anaphunzitsaponso timu ya dziko lino ya Flames, komanso ndithu anali mmodzi mwa osewera kumbuyo nthawi imeneyo mu timu ya dziko lino ya Flames mzaka za 78 umu. Ena mwa anthu amene ndithu anasewera ndi Peter Kinskaira. Tialandire ndithu Mr. Young Chimodzi Ayugo. Tathokoza kwambiri tili nanu madzulo ano.
Zikomo kwambiri.
Mwachidule kodi inu ndi Peter Kins anampeza nzake ku national team ndi ndani? Tizifunsa nangasife kunalibe.
Yeah, Peter Kins anandipeza ineyo.
Okay. And that was chama 80.
Yeah, that was chama 89 90.
Okay.
Yes.
Kungomfotokoza chabe pang'ono anali mnyamata otani mena makupezani anthu maonena kuti ku national team uku munalonera kuti mwamera kale mizo.
Kwambiri sikuti tinachitosiyana kwambiri chifukwa choti kwambiri nso tinapezana ku Malawi schools. Ndio choko Malawi schools inayamba ndine kuona kuti kupita kaya ku national team yakena kwa yonso ndimena mabwera. Aswene no tinazapanga timu imene inakhanga yatenga udindo kuchokera kwa akuluakulu anali mbuyo.
Generation yanu ya achina Peter Kenzi, Gilbert, inuyo inali yotani mwachidule imene mwina bukuli zachidziwikire kuti Peter Kenzi sangalipere kuifotokoza?
Yeah, kwambiri inali di generation ya yoti yabwino yolimbikira. Komanso inali tachoka limodzi ku Malawi schools kuzangokhanga ati yabwera ku national team taking over kwa akuluakulu ngati achina Kina Piri achina Jack Chamangwana imene nali ngati chinthu transition yabwino babasi.
Nkufunikira motani kuti tidzisunga mbiri ya dziko ngati mena kuchitira Peter Kenzi kuli ena mwina anda akatswiri achito zambiri zosiyana-siyana atha kusunga mbiri, koma Peter Kenzi afuna atisungire mbiri ku mpira wa miyendo?
Ya ndizofunika kwambiri chifukwa choti anthu ena monga padakali pano pali ana amene kuti samadziwa kuti kodi mpira wathu unayambira potani, kodi umbuyo muzimapangika zotani. Ichichi ndi chinthu chimodzi chimene chimakhala chotani chodziwitsa mtundu olingoti nation kuti izidziwa kuna kuti I think mbiri yathu ya mpira inachokera hapo.
Chikhalidwe cha anyamata alero ndi inu akale chikusiyana kwambiri. Nthawiyo tinkamva onena kuti mukasewera mpira kupita ku State House ukapereka moni kwa angwazi kungogwira na dzanja game bonus makauti yakwana. Pano anyamatawa akufuna mamiliyoni, komabe ngakhale nyengo zili zosintha choncho mukadakonda motani kuti osewera ukhawa chikhalidwe adzisunga?
Yeah, kwambiri nkona timanena paja kuti atati abuziona uno kumbuyo kuti kumachitika zotani. Yes, akhozo mapanga demand chimene akufunazo, komanso aziona uno kuti njira yabwino kuti upanga demand zinthu tizikhaso chonje kwa chikhalidweso chabwino. Ndiponso kuti kukonda mpirawo kusiyana ndi kukonda kwambiri ndalama.
Pakadali pano tikukamba kuti buku limeneli akalikhazikitsa ndiye kuti anthu adzikhalani mwayi olipeza kudzera njira zosiyana-siyana. Mukonda motani kuti pachitike ndondomeko yonena kuti mwina ana ku sukulu kandi ku primary kandi ku secondary akamaphunzira mabuku a literature limenelinso mwina aliphatikize angodziwako pang'ono unena kuti 1962 Malawi inagonja 12-0 ndi Ghana?
Yes, zimenezo ndizofunika kwambiri chifukwa choti mpeza kuona kuti tiziwerenga nanga zinthu za anzathu akunja pamene mwathu momwe tikusowa ma library athu ku school so ma library mofunika mabuku ngati amene wanso azikhala ngati apezeka kuti anyamata akhoza werenga mbiri ya dziko for zimene zisenso zimene zimapangisa kuti anthu azidzi kuti tikhoza kuthandizana motere pa njira ya masewero.
Tathokoza kwambiri Chimodzi.
Zikomo kwambiri.
Amene wandithu ndi Young Chimodzi amene wanso anasewerapo mu timu ya Flames kwa zaka zingapo ndithu, timu yomwe inatenga chikho cha Eastern Central African Challenge cha 1988 umo, amene wanso ndithu anali nawo mu timu imeneyo. Monga momwe wamvera ayi ndithu zinthu zosangalatsa kwambiri kuti ngati mwayi utachitika ndiye kuti mwina tinene kuti bukuli lifalikire ponseponse kuti ananso nawonso aliwerenge kuti mwina alipite pambali. Peterkins anali munthu ongosonkhanitsa mbiri yekha kuzidziwa kuti ine ndi wotere ndi kudziwa izi, nachoka apa nafika apa, timu ya Malawi inatere inalowera uku, tinapanga izi, tinasewera masewero awa. Komano ntchito yonseyo imafunikano kadaulo wina amene amaisonkhanitsa pamodzi ndi kuyitsindikiza ija timanena kuti publishing. Moti ntchito imeneyi agwira ni Mr. Shadrack Chikoti, mmodzi mwa anthu amene ndi wodziwika pa nkhani ya mbiri kapena kuti historian mdziko lathu lino la Malawi. Zolembalembazi nawonso ndithu Achikoti ndi amene ndithu ali kadaulo wake. Talandire Achikoti kuti atilankhule atifotokozere kwambiri za buku limeneli. Takulandirani Mr. Chikoti.
Tathokoza zikomo kwambiri.
Buku li mwina kungolifotokoza kuti sikoyamba Peterkins kufotokoza za mbiri imene yokhuzana ndi buku limeneli la football in Malawi. Zaka ziwiri zitatu zapitazo munakhazikitsa lina apa mukupitiriza, kusiyanitsa kwake nkotani?
Buku loyamba lija mukaliona ndi laling'ono limene linangokamba moyepula, ili mukaliona it's almost mwina 3-4 times bigger, mmene mwa azamamo kwambiri kufotokoza za mbiri ya mpira Malawi muno kuchokera nthawi ya Atsamunda mpaka pano. So ndi buku limene ndilozama kwambiri komanso lopatsa chidwi.
Mbiriyo ndiyo lemera motani kapena how rich mbiriyo mbukumo?
Mbiri yake ndiyo lemera kwambiri chifukwa mmene ndanenera kuti ikuchoka nthawi ya Atsamunda, ikukamba nthawi ya ma 60s 70s, zina zoti taziwala anthu akamawerenga azidzidzimuka kuti zimene zizo zinachitika m'Malawi muno. Dziko la Malawi linali lotchuka pa nkhani ya mpira, anthu amene analichukitsa dziko la Malawi ndi amenewa Peterkins Kaira, achina Young Chimodzi, you know, andakukamba za anthu amene wawa. Ndizochititsa chidwi chifukwa it's not just about football. Akukamba so za stakeholders ena kuti kalero makampani amatani kusapota football, kodi amatenga motani matimu anali mtundu wanji. So muli zinthu zambiri zozama. Andi chifukwa chake likuoneka kuti ndalikulu.
Mulibemo ija timanena kuti fixtures kungoonjezera kuti zikuome kuti Achikoti ine ndimaona ngati munakaonjezerako izi.
Ilo ndi mbiri yani facts. This is the true history of football in Malawi. Kotero kuti ndikukhulupirira kuti ngakhale ma university masukulu akhala dalo chidwi kwambiri buku limene pas Malawi muno tilibe buku langati limene kufotokoza za mpira ngati mmene afotokozera Peterkins Kaira.
Mukonda motani kuti tikalikhazikitsa usiku uno ndiye kuti pachitike ndondomeko kandi boma kuzera ku nduna za maphunziro kuti kusukuluko likafike akamaphunzira litiricha anawa msukulumu achina pipi litete achina gwengwe achina simodaling chako ndi azinzawo buku liso likhale pamwambapo kuti nawonso azidziwa mbiri ya dziko lawo.
I think ndichosangalatsa kuona kuti a guest of honor athu amene wanda Minister of Youth Honorable Alfred Gangata. So already I think pakuoneka kuti pali chidwi kuchokera kuboma. Koma tikadakonda ndithu kuti zinthu ngati zimene tizikhala anthu onyadira dziko lathu, anthu onyadira mbiri yathu. And chimodzi mwa chinthu chimene chikupititsa patsogolo mbiri yathu ndi buku limeneli limene silingokamba chabe za football komanso it's documenting our history, it's celebrating our legends. Komanso muona kuti mmene muli ma commentaries amene Akaira apereka amene akhoza kuthandiza ngakhale anthu amene ali ndi chidwi kusewera mpira amene akusewera pano ana amene akubwera apezamo zozama zambiri zimene zikhoza kuthandiza mbuku limeneli.
Kodi inu ngati publisher amene ndithu mwagwira ntchito imene muwathandiza Akaira kuti project iteke chinthuchi chibwere ku dziko anthu achiwerenge, nkosatheka kuti kungosonkhanitsa mbiri ya osewera ena onsewa kuyambira 70 80 90 chifukwa achisodzera ngati ine tilipo ambiri mamiliyoni amene akayira achimodzi akena phiri a Gilbert sitinawaonere akusewera komano kungowafotokoza kuti azibambowa ankatere nzosatheka
ndi zimene zayambika zito. So buku limeneli chimodzi chimene chikuchita zimenezo kusonkhanitsa mbiri ya anthu amenewa. Andi tikadakonda kuti isinanga ndi zambiri zoti tikhoza kukamba mdziko muno, ena joine ena anso alembe tili ma legends ambiri zitithandizira kuti tisunge mbiri yathu komanso zitipatse pride ngati Malawi kuti we have achieved mbuyo, we can achieve now, ndipo kutsogolo tikhoza kupitiriza mmene tinkachitira mbuyo. Amalawi
mwalimbikitsa motani kuti asaphonyane ndi buku ili ngati loyamba sanakwanitse kulipeza ili ayesese kuti alipeze?
Ngati umakonda mpira Malawi muno ili ndi buku limodzi loti uwerenge. Ngati umakonda mbiri kuti udziwe kuti dziko la Malawi layenda bwanji mbuyomu, ili ndi buku loti uwerenge. Ngati uli ndi chidwi chonena kuti mwina ulimbikitsa anzako achichepere achinyamata, ili ndi buku loti uwerenge umve nzeru zimene ana matetulo amenewa akupereka mu buku ngati limene lili.
Tathokoza kwambiri Achikoti.
Zikomo kwambiri.
Amenewo ndithu ndi Shadrack Chikoti amene agwira ntchito yotsindikiza buku limeneli kapena nene kuti publisher amene ndithu anasonkhanitsa zonsezo zimene akayira anakakonda zina kakhala mbukumo kuzibweretsa pamodzi ndithu kuti aliyense akwanitse kuwerenga. Tili kuno ku BICC, Bingu International Convention Center, kumene ndithu pompano mwambo okhazikitsa buku limeneli Football in Malawi ukhale ukuyamba. Bukuli walemba ndi osewera wakale wa timu ya dziko lino Peter Kings Kaira, ndipo ndi buku monga momwe mwamvera kuchokera kwa Chikoti kuti ayi lazama kwambiri pambiri ya kalekale ya mpira wa miyendo makamaka mdziko lino la Malawi. So tikuyembekezera kuti nthawi ina iliyonse mwambo umenewu ukhale ukuyamba. Kwabwera akuluakulu angapo ndithu osiyanasiyana kuphatikizapo osewera anzawo akale ngati momwe anabwerera Young Yugo chimodzi aja. Kwabweranso ndithu akuluakulu kuchokera ku nduna za chinyamata masewero ndi chikhalidwe. Delegation ya kumeneko atitsogolere ndi a minister a Alfred Gangata. Komanso ndithu konkuno taonako a board chairperson abungwe lija la Malawi National Council for Sports a Jim Kaluwa. Komanso ndithu akuluakulu ena ochokera ndithu nthambi zambiri zosiyanasiyana za ku private sector komanso public sector kufuna kukhala nafe pa mwambo umenewu umene ukufikireni pano pa Zodiac Television.
for us to start the program. May I make a special request that the moment he walks in this building, in this room to be precise, we should all stand up and then the program will roll to life. Thank you so much as we are waiting.
In the history of Malawian football, there are names that echo beyond the pitch, names that shape generations, names that became legends. Peter Kinskaira is one of those names, a warrior in the beautiful game, a symbol of passion, a pioneer who carried the pride of Malawi onto every field he stepped on. Today, the story continues, not through goals, but through words, a journey of triumph, of sacrifice, of discipline, of love for the game. This is more than a book. This is the untold story of Malawian football through the eyes of a legend. Join us as we witness history once again. The official launch of Peter Kinskaira's book, Football in Malawi, on 26 March 2026. A celebration of legacy, a tribute to football, a moment Malawi will remember. Be there, be inspired, be part of the story. In the history of Malawian football, there are names that echo beyond the pitch, names that shape generations, names that became legends. Peter Kinskaira is one of those names, a warrior in the beautiful game, a symbol of passion, a pioneer who carried the pride of Malawi onto every field he stepped on. Today, the story continues, not through goals, but through words, a journey of triumph, of sacrifice, of discipline, of love for the game. This is more than a book. This is the untold story of Malawian football through the eyes of a legend. Join us as we witness history once again. The official launch of Peter Kinskaira's book, Football in Malawi, on 26 March 2026. A celebration of legacy, a tribute to football, a moment Malawi will remember. Be there, be inspired, be part of the story. In the history of Malawian football, there are names that echo beyond the pitch, names that shape generations, names that became legends. Peter Kinskaira is one of those names, a warrior in the beautiful game, a symbol of passion, a pioneer who carried the pride of Malawi onto every field he stepped on. Today, the story continues, not through goals, but through words. A journey of triumph, of sacrifice, of discipline, of love for the game. This is more than a book. This is the untold story of Malawian football through the eyes of a legend. Join us as we witness history once again. The official launch of Peterkins Kayera's book, Football in Malawi, on 26 March 2026. A celebration of legacy, a tribute to football, a moment Malawi will remember. Be there, be inspired, be part of the story. In the history of Malawian football, there are names that echo beyond the pitch, names that shape generations, names that became legends. Peterkins Kayera is one of those names, a warrior in the beautiful game, a symbol of passion, a pioneer who carried the pride of Malawi onto every field he stepped on. Today, the story continues, not through goals, but through words, a journey of triumph, of sacrifice, of discipline, of love for the game. This is more than a book. This is the untold story of Malawian football through the eyes of a legend. Join us as we witness history once again. The official launch of Peterkins Kayera's book, Football in Malawi, on 26 March 2026. A celebration of legacy, a tribute to football, a moment Malawi will remember. Be there, be inspired, be part of the story. In the history of Malawian football, there are names that echo beyond the pitch, names that shape generations, names that became legends. Peterkins Kayera is one of those names, a warrior in the beautiful game, a symbol of passion, a pioneer who carried the pride of Malawi onto every field he stepped on. Today, the story continues, not through goals, but through words, a journey of triumph, of sacrifice, of discipline, of love for the game. This is more than a book. This is the untold story of Malawian football through the eyes of a legend. Join us as we witness history once again. The official launch of Peterkins Kayera's book, Football in Malawi, on 26 March 2026. A celebration of legacy, a tribute to football, a moment Malawi will remember. Be there, be inspired, be part of the story.
Sit. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. My name is Bright Kanyama. I'll be your host tonight. My job tonight is very simple, pretty simple. It's just to make you comfortable wherever you are. Just know that the place where you're seated, it is exactly what was planned for you tonight. It's going to be a roller coaster. Trust me, we are into something big. It is a momentous occasion here at BICC in the city of Lilongwe. They say football is more than a game. It is a language, a unifier, a story told without words. And here in Malawi, we all know it is part of who we are. It lives in our streets. It is echoing every day in our stadiums. And it binds us together in moments of joy, pride, and hope. Tonight, we gather in this space, BICC to be precise, not just as individuals, but as custodians of that shared passion. We gather to celebrate a story carefully written, passionately preserved, and proudly presented in football in Malawi, now in its second edition. From its first unveiling in Lilongwe, that's in 2016, to this very moment, this book has grown into more than just a publication. It is a mirror of our journey, a tribute to our heroes of the game of football, and a record of the beautiful game it has shaped our nation. Allow me at this moment to respectfully and warmly recognize these distinguished personalities who have honored us with their presence this evening. Our guest of honor, the Honorable Minister of Sports, Youth and Culture, Alfred Gangata MP, the Secretary to the Government, Dr. Justin Said, he's going to join us, so we just mention his name. Secretary for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Chances Mwaka, Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Sports, Jameson Dalama, the Chairperson of the Malawi National Council of Sports, and also the Chairperson of the Football Legends Association, Jim Kalua. The President of the Football Association of Malawi is also going to join us. We just have to mention his name. That's Mr. Fleetwood Haya, and all members of the Football Association of Malawi Executive Committee that are also going to join us. The Chairperson of the Organizing Committee, Mr. Chimango Muntali, and your dedicated committee members, all sponsors present, our invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. At this point in time, I've seen I would ask at this very moment for all of us to give a round of applause, a long one, as we are about to witness what we call a momentous occasion, the launch of the book, Football in Malawi. Ladies and gentlemen. At this very moment, let me call in front Mr. Chimango Muntali, who is the chairperson for the organizing committee. But before he comes, let me call Reverend Masona Tembo to open this event with a word of prayer, and then Mr. Chimango Muntali will come on stage to give his opening remarks. Please, Reverend Masona Tembo, walk to the stage. Thank you so much.
Good evening. I'm standing on behalf of Reverend Tembo. I'm Mr. Msoya, the Vice Organizing Chair. So we offer prayer. Can we pray? Heavenly Father, we thank you for the grace that you've given us, the opportunity to live in this world, also to have the talents that you've enabled us with, in particular to our legend, Peter King's Kaira. And that today we can celebrate, today we can recognize, today we can recall all the good moments that, Lord, you enabled him to play in the field, to entertain us, and to bring the crowns to this country, Malawi. We thank you for the leadership, even for our government, the Honorable Minister who is present with us here, and all senior government officials. So we pray that, Lord, you will be with us, the Holy Spirit, you guide us, your love will abound, as we partake this important function. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
As already announced, let me call in front Mr. Chimango Muntali, the chairperson of the organizing committee. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause as he walks to the stage.
Not that bad, but we can do better. I will not ask again. Your Honor, Honorable Alfred Gangata, MP, who is also the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture. We have the SPC who is coming, so we'll wait and give him the rightful honor when he comes. But let me recognize the Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Wanachanse Simwaka. Let me also recognize our very own Mr. Mane, the PS, Mr. Ndarama, a person we have worked a long journey with. I remember my playing football, at the time that I was playing football, very young, he was still there to support us, and we were happy to have you in that position. Let me also recognize Mweni Nzinda, the CEO of Lilongwe City Council, Mr. Stambuli. Feel welcomed, and we are happy to be doing this event in this space where you own. Let me also recognize the chairperson of the Malawi National Sports Council, Mr. Jim Kalua, who is also the board chairperson of the Football Legends Association of Malawi. We are here celebrating a journey of one of the legends. So he wears two hats here. In a special way, I would like to recognize the presence of the person who has brought us here, Peterkins Kondwani Kahila, a guy who did not want to keep everything that he knows about the past to himself, but share with others. So in a special way, I would like to recognize him. I will pause for that, but let me finish my salutations by recognizing several people that I know that they have made a lot of effort to make it here. Not forgetting fellow legends that are here. This book has been written by Peterkins Kahila, but it has a lot of information about other legends. I see Young, I see Spy there. A great thing to have you around. The Vice President of the Super League Association of Malawi, I see you. I see a number of CEOs around here from your clubs. We appreciate, because you are the big child of the Football Association of Malawi, and having you around makes us feel safe, because Peterkins played in your league. In a special way, let me also recognize my special committee, a hard-working committee. Of course, we made so many plans, but we thank God that He has made it possible to see this colorful event today. So, receive my special thanks for the hard work that you had put to make this thing possible. It is my hope that Peterkins and the family, you are very, very humbled by this gesture by the team. Of course, we had so many meetings that were done over a bowl of goat soup. I used to tell them that when you come for the meetings, you have goat soup. So I can actually tell Otto Wonder goat soup on the ideal, because they were not missing meetings. Yeah, let me also say thank to colleagues who are from the media. You made this possible. You've given us a lot of visibility. We don't take it for granted. And let me close by acknowledging ladies and gentlemen who have made it to this room today. I will start my very brief speech with a simple quote which says, "Writing is a preservation of memory. A book is how knowledge outlives the individual." Peterkins, what you've done today will outlive you. will outlive you because we'll keep on talking about you, we'll keep on hearing your stories. Not just by reading the book, but even those that are going to read your book, they're going to be writing essays in universities, they'll be writing assignments in universities, they'll be writing articles in newspapers based on your book. And this is the way it's supposed to be done. And this also provides the right opportunity for me to ask you to stand. As I said earlier on, that I would love to do a special recognition for this special guy. I know Ambiri, including Honorable Minister Asia Zikazao Unyumbe, but Peterkins hasn't done that, so I would also like to ask Ella to stand alongside Peterkins so that people can see Unadi Sudi Peterkins Yoama Gona Bampevo. Yeah? So, thanks very much. Can we give them a proper now round of applause? Thank you very much. As I said, I have a very simple task tonight. It was just to do those salutations, just to say thanks and accept the honor that you've given us by coming here. We have got several sponsors here that have made this thing possible. You know, it's a lot of resources, a lot of money to make this thing possible, but it's you who have made this thing as shiny as you see it today. So we are very honored to have you all here. In the same light, I want to say one or two things. Number one is, when we look at writing, in my life, I've written so many assignments, I've written so many dissertations, about 3 if not 4 dissertations. I can attest that writing is not easy. It takes a lot of passion, it takes a lot of discipline, it takes a lot of dedication, and also it takes a lot of energy and time. And saying that, it's for you to recognize that for this book to be this book, there's been a lot of time invested in it, a lot of opportunity costs in terms of things that could have been done but left just to focus on the book. At the same time, it's something that we should learn from in terms of what we can do better when it comes to things that we strongly believe in. And this is what Peterkins has just demonstrated. Also talking about writing, it's something that it has been on top of my mind for quite some time now when it comes to the 3-4 book launches that I've attended so far. I have attended several book launches in Malawi when it comes to sports. And all of them, the books have been written by former players. What does that mean? Football is a game that is very open and it's managed by several stakeholders. We're talking about football administrators, Mr. Chiwaula and the team. We are talking about journalists, the Kambues and the team. We are talking about even people that are supporting in terms of sponsoring football, who can write about their experiences when it comes to sponsoring football and how maybe corporate companies can come in and support, come in and work with the football fraternity. I'm saying this because I feel we need to start being challenged. I had prepared this knowing that our farm president will be here. It's my hope that when he comes in, someone will share with him as well, even myself, when it comes to how we have let loose for only football legends to be the ones writing books. I was talking about Jameson Dalama. We need a book from you. You've been from grassroots up to be a PS. You know a lot that if you go, we'll lose a lot. We can talk about the former Football Association of Malawi president, Mr. Wota Nyamilandu, 19 years, Pampando. But if you want to take record of Anabangajani, it's very difficult, right? It's one thing that we should be thinking about. In Sulong, we have got your GS, Williams. He's been there 21 years. 21 years. Just think of a day when he can just document the 21 years. Trust me, we'll never make the mistakes that we made in the past. I didn't want to make a lot of comments because I just wanted to welcome you, but I want you to be left challenged that writing sports books is not just for football legends. Enjoy the evening. We appreciate your presence, guys.
I think we can do much better. Let's give him another round of applause. So, I have to call him back on stage. Mr. Jimango Mutali, please come back on stage because we have got a certain, just a mean event that we're going to do. We are going to showcase the book. And this is your part as the chairperson to take us through this moment that we are going to showcase the book, because everyone is here, but they don't know what book are we talking about. So this is your moment.
So yeah, it's too hot for me to do that. It's too hot for me to do that. So I will not take that up. I would like to invite Shadrach Shikoti, who is the publisher of this book. So many sleepless nights that publishers incur when it comes to writing books. So Shadrach, you are the right person to do this. So it's your turn.
Amen. Would you say hi to the person who is sitting to your right? Tell them wouldn't design Piratu is. I want to go where. Our distinguished guests, Honorable Alfred Ruan Gangata, Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, our author, Peter Kins Kaira, ladies and gentlemen, football lovers and readers, viewers watching us on Zodiac, and all of us who are here, how are we doing? Muribanj. As I was seated there, especially I think at the time when we were having our first prayer, I had remembered an incident that happened, I think in 1988. There was a football match between Malawi and Zambia. Now, I am a publisher, but another thing that I would like to confess is that I'm also a son to a pastor. My father is a pastor of the CCAP Church, Reverend Chikoti, and those of us who know the CCAP Church, we're very pious. But I remember this day, 1988. We are seated Pakonde. We are listening to a football match. Because as you remember, in those days, I didn't have my TV in Naruojepa. So we didn't have a TV. And there were so many of us who relied on the radio to listen. Actually, we watched football on the radio. Commentary was a big thing at that time. So I remember 1988 Kabakonde tikuonera mpira pa wireless. Bambanga kalapo It was on a Saturday, but for one reason, anali ndikola ala ya ubusa. I think he had gone to Maliro or something. Ndi anali atabwerako akhalapasi tikuonera mpira. That time, I think Malawi now in a 3-1. Koma mmodzi mwa anthu amene anagoletsa chaka chimenecho anali Peterkins Kaira. Ndimakumbukira ndithu, I think commentator anali Liwewe, and the way he mentioned the name Kaira, 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 Kaira. And my dad, Reverend Chikoti, rose up and jumped. So this is the zone where and you can imagine, Abusa Asisepi. And another thing that happened on this day is there was a song that was produced. I don't know if they had prepared this in advance. Malawi, yachinyalelo, hey. How many of us remember this song? We remember this one? And we danced, the whole family. What am I saying? What we are witnessing today is legendary. This is not a small thing. And this is the second edition of this book. I think the first edition was done 2 or 3 years ago. But what is it that is contained in this book? This book is history. Because Peterkins has put in this book the history of football in Malawi, starting from the colonial times, the 80s, the 70s, up to date. So ndi mbiri ya mpira ya dziko la Malawi. I don't think that's a small thing. It's a big thing. And it's not just the history of football in Malawi, it's also a celebration of a nation. A celebration of our legends. Peterkins gives us some interesting biographies of people who have contributed to the football industry. Some of them are doing other things. But Peterkins has brought this to surface. So it's a celebration. We are celebrating our legends. But it's also a commentary. Because Peterkins is commenting on football, is giving advice on how we can improve. We have been there before. And how can we take things forward? This is a very important book. As a country, Malawi hasn't always been good at preserving our history. But this book is a game changer. It's a comprehensive account of our football journey. And I am confident, it will be studied in universities and cherished by the football enthusiasts for years to come. The author, Peterkins Kaira, is a football legend in his own right, and his relentless efforts have brought this book to life. We have been working on this book maybe for the past 3 to 4 years. And Peterkins has been very relentless, pushing to make sure that this book is published. If you don't answer the phone, sometimes it calls your wife. Because he wants this to come out. If it's not your wife, it's somebody who is closer to you. Because he wants to make sure that this is documented. This history is preserved. Like I've said, this book is more than just a story about football. It's a reflection of our nation's spirit, resilience, and achievements. It's a reminder that our stories are worth telling and preserving. To our audience, and especially to our guests, Honorable Minister, thank you so much for gracing this occasion. We don't take that for granted. For those that have joined us here, those watching, Let's make a commitment to document our stories, to write our histories, and to celebrate our achievements. Let's inspire a culture of writing, of sharing, and preserving our heritage. Achaja manena kunena kuti pali zambiri zimene zachitika. Zaka zambiri mbiri tili mu football, pali zambiri zimene tikhoza kulemba. Ifeyo tidzakhala osangala mutabweretsa mbiri zimenezi, tisunge mbiri yathu, mbiri ya mpira, mbiri ya sports, and nda mbiri amene tikhoza kulemba, tikhoza kupanga contribute. A country that does not write can never be right. A country that does not read can never lead. So this is very commendable. As we celebrate this book, let's also celebrate the power of football to bring us together. I opened my speech with that illustration of my dad. Really, this was one of the days we saw him happy and going around and being, for lack of a better word. No, but I will not use that word. Anyway, this is the day we saw him celebrating in the manner he did, showing how much that football brings us together, brings people of all colors, of all religion, of all ideologies together. Our author, Mr. Peter Kings-Kaira, congratulations for this job well done. We know there's a lot that you're still going to write, and we'll welcome this. Let's work together, and let's do this together for Malawi and for football in Malawi. Hallelujah. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everybody. I prepared something to say on my phone, but I think raw and authentic things are better. I'll first introduce myself, because like most of us, we got here through an introduction. Just by mentioning your name in a room, people got to know who you are. So my name is Kumboli Tugayira. I am 24 years old as of now. A few years back, I stood on a platform like this, reading parts of my dad's book. That shaped so many things for me. I didn't think that in my life I would get to where I'm at, because the path that I was taking was extremely different from where I am now. I am now able to speak in public like this simply because my parents gave me a platform, and I'm extremely grateful. I have been able to stand in front of presidents, heads of different states, different people from different countries, representing myself and my family. In our family, we believe in support. Not just individual support, but support as a collective. If I do not recognize my mother today, sorry, I'm getting emotional. I think I would be a fool, to say the least. My mother is what we call an exceptional woman. My father, he's an excellent man, but we all know that behind every man, there is an exceptional woman. So I celebrate you, and I celebrate my father as well. The face in front here is of my father, but the pictures behind the face of the older gentleman is a fresher face that will probably one day be doing the same thing here. That is my brother, Larumbikika. Larumbikika is a clear representation of how amazing it is for your kid to represent you in so many different forms, but be better. Today, I celebrate him as well. He is a boy who had a dream and a vision and excelled at it. From a very young age, he knew he wanted to play football. Everyone would fight him over that dream. We didn't know that it was going to lead to great things. He would run away, and eventually he got scouted. And as I speak now, Latombigika is probably hearing through some of the channels that are here, and he's in school in America through a football scholarship. He always jokes with my father that I am better than you in football, which sometimes starts debates in our family. And unfortunately, we are always on the boys' side. Because if we're not, we'll kill the dream. And we don't want to kill the dream. The boy now plays football, and he would often joke that, you should give me a chapter in your book. I can tell you a thing or two. Today, I think it might be in the book because it seems to be bigger than it was before. So, football in our family brings us together. Not only the fact that we argue over it because we're from different teams, but because of the joy of the game. The game to us is more than just a game. It is a family affair. So it is a battle in our house. So if one day you approach our house and you hear noises, believe me, we're not fighting. We just want to know which team is going to win. And when the other person wins, the best they can do is switch off the TV and go sleep. Because if you don't, it is going to be all about you. So today, I am going to read a chapter in the book. I am yet to see the book because we are also a business family, so I am yet to buy it. So until I buy the book, maybe the man would have given me a chance to see. So I'm going to read a chapter from it. I don't have the book. My borrows. So at home, I would probably scream from somewhere, Daddy! The way I say any book. Yeah, I know. Oh, but today he's humble. He has brought the book to me. So I'm going to read chapter 23. The heading is Peter King's Kondwani Kaira, Senior Author. My football journey from the village football to stardom. My father was a teacher, trained from Livingstonia Mission at Kondowe with its motto, I will try, and graduated from there long before I was dreamt to be born. In fact, he retired before I was born. One of the lecturers was Mr. Rodney Clark of United States of America, and it is said that the day I was born, it is the day which he received a letter from him after he retired and returned back to his home in the United States of America. It was a sheer coincidence that this coincidence led to my birth. I was born after 6 girls. Much as before that, my parents were blessed with 3 boys born in this order: boy, girl, boy. Then another boy, and this 4th born had left for the glory long before I was born, named Macklin. Then after that came 6 girls. When my mother was expectant of me, there were no technologies of today where hospitals can scan and know the gender of the unborn. However, my parents kept on praying that God should give them a boy after being blessed with 6 girls in a row. I was going to be the 10th born, with the full hope of being the last. Not that God decided, but their earthly decision, considering my mother was going to be overaged to have another child after me. However, God was not their mate. My young brother came unexpectedly and unintentional, according to them, and was last born christened Chokani, last Kaira. Remember, most of our local names are given for reasons. No name comes from without. This day, when I came to this world, through the loving Mrs. Jessie Dines Kaira Nimo from Terere in Tarire, Chitiba district, my father received a letter from his tutor, Mr. Rodney Clark, from the United States of America, and in remembrance of him, he christened me Rodney Kondwani Kaira. Kondwani means be joyful. It was signifying their joy for having their prayers answered to have a baby boy. And indeed, the whole bunch of my sisters were scrambling to take care of me. My brothers were not left away. They jubilated and sent a lot of gifts. They then had a young brother who by now, they were all now full grown. One was working and the other finishing college and graduating as the best automotive technician in Nyasaland era from Livingstonia Mission. Those who worked with him testify to that I can and give evidence to that of what I saw of him with my naked eyes. He was brilliant. He was a brilliant electrical and mechanical technician. And God took him away too early for our family. We, however, thank him, for he doesn't make mistakes. I am told my mother had to take me on her back when my sisters were at school, breastfeeding, and when sleeping. I also was told I gave my mother very little trouble like other children. She bore before me because my sisters were fighting over me. Who would carry me? The bonda, the baby. Kondwani. They were competing to earn praise of who takes care of me better than the others. And indirectly, I grew up better. In a subtle way, I believe somehow I have much a feminine heart because of them, because I easily feel sad and cry easily compared to some other male friends. I'm easily touched and moved like mothers. Up to this day, at this age, they sometimes call me Iwe Bonda or Ukamakola. I will stop there. Thank you once again for giving me this platform to read to you. I do not take it for granted.
Thank you so much. I think let's give her another round of applause. Thank you so much. Well, we need to loosen up just a little bit. In a moment, we'll have the Great Angels Choir to give us a performance. This is one of the, as their name, greatest choirs in the country. So they'll dish out one or two songs, and then we'll continue with the program. But I was so touched listening to the two speakers in front of us. One thing that really touched me was the issue of commentary, because that's my field. I am a commentator, a football commentator working for Zodiak Broadcasting Station. So I've learned a lot on how to do a commentary, and listening to what the legend Steve Banda, and thankfully I'm working with him now. I'm still learning a lot from him. He's teaching us a lot. So he talked about how people see football through radio. So that's a great thing, and people got to know about Peter Kenskaira through the radio. So that is something that really caught my ear and my eye as well, right here at BIC. So one more time, a round of applause for the two speakers that came in front, ladies and gentlemen. So let me call in front the great Angels Choir to light up the mood in this building here at BICC as we are witnessing the launch of the book by Peter Kenskaira, Football in Malawi, the great Angels Choir.
Hallelujah. Are you happy? Are you happy? All right, we are going to give you what wake wake. Hallelujah.
wake wake, safara ni sandalizo, safara ni sandalizo, safara ni sandalizo, aliyesu wake wake, safara ni sandalizo, aliyesu wake wake, safara ni sandalizo, safara ni sandalizo, safara ni sandalizo, aliyesu wake wake, safara ni sandalizo, aliyesu wake wake, safara ni sandalizo.
The Great Angels Choir, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the Great Angels Choir. This event has been made possible by a number of sponsors. It will be only proper for me to mention them one by one. There are people that have sponsored this event individually and companies. We have got Ecotech. Thank you so much for coming through. Fleetwood Hire, in his capacity, not as the FA president. Conrad Bako, there's RAB Processors, AJZ Construction, Into Sports, MMM Sports Plus, AR Marketing, and Jim Kaloa in his capacity as Jim Kaloa, not the Malawi National Council of Sports chairperson or the Football Legends Association's chairperson. Just a quick mention, MMM Sports Plus, ndimene yaika mipira imene kuoneka yokongolayo mukaona musembo li mabuti ndi zina zotero kuti mwina mwake akuonetsereni kuti naonso this is part of their game kapena kuti amagulitsa mipira amagulitsa mabuti ndi zina zotero. Ngati mungafune kuti mwina mupeze mpira mtengo yake ndi yabwino kwambiri sitingachole pano mitengo imene you can find Mr. Chimango Muntali can also give you direction where you can get mipira yabwino ngati me koma situ munyamule situ munyamule mipirayo ndiyo kongolesera munomo. Ino ake ikatha anyamula mipira imene ikuisunga pabwino koma if you need it for maybe home use ena mafuna kuti azimenya mpira tamva kunkhani apa kuti ana kunyumba kumenya mpira mutha kuwapeza Chimango Muntali ndi timu yawo akufotokozerani zokhuzana ndi mipira imene. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, it's a big moment. It is the time that we are going to hear straight from the author himself, Mr. Peter Kenskaira. Please walk to the stage, and everyone else, please, a warm welcome, Mr. Peter Kenskaira.
The guest of honor, Honorable Alfred Gangada, Minister of Sports, Youth and Culture, MP, the Principal Secretary in the Minister of Sports, Youth and Culture, the Principal Secretary for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mr. Chancellor Smwaka, the Secretary of the President Cabinet, in absentia, I know it would be in. The chairperson of Malawi National Council of Sports Board, chairperson, Sir Jim Kaloa. The president of the Federation of Malawi. I don't know if he's already walked in or not. The chairperson of the organizing committee of this book launch. The Vice President of the Super League of Malawi, and all football clubs that are here. I also recognize our own GS for Football Legends, Solomon Gomezani Mchawi. I recognize you, the CEO of Rongwe City Council. I may not probably be very consistent with members who are in here, but let me also recognize the media for having done a very good job for the past days to date. All sponsors that have been mentioned here, without you, we could not have been here. I do not forget management of BICC for giving us a chance to come and do this book launch here. Truly, and from the bottom of my heart, they receive my thanks. I would do a lot of injustice if I don't mention my family. I know my daughter would be on my neck. That's how we live. Ella, thank you so much. You have a very good support system. God bless you all. I was told by my father that never make a speech when you are too happy, too angry, or too sad. And I don't know what I could say, because if you are too happy, sometimes you give somebody your wife and you regret next day that I've given her to my wife because you are too excited. If you are too sad, you would be mentioning people that they have killed your son, they have killed this, and tomorrow you have found yourself in court. And when you are too sorry, too angry, don't say something because you regret what you have said. So forgive me if I'm going to make a mistake. Please, Solomon, don't do your job. I don't want handcuffs in my hands. Thank you very much. I'm a bit very excited. This is something that I can't believe. Guest of honor, I think you and me have interacted face to face. This is the third time in our life. The first time, I remind him, I met with him at Trust Auctioneers when he was driving one of the most posh cars, the Audi. That's a dream car for my wife. And when I was talking to him about cars, he asked me, how do you know cars? I said, no, I'm in this industry. So I told him about his car and he was very amazed. That was the first time we met. And the second time is when he had a player from Cameroon who came from Tanzania and got stranded at this lodge in Malangalanga. And this player was given my name by somebody in Tanzania. He came in, we immediately had that family friendship with this player, with my wife, and kept him. He appreciated, and when I called the honorable minister at that time was running Masters FC, he came in within a short time and took that player to Masters. And the third time, I met with him with our SPC in Blanta at a table, sharing stories of the past. Thank you so much, and today you are here as my guest of honor on this book. I really thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much. Colleagues, I will say, we are here today. Why this book? Why this book? As the publisher has said, and the MC and the chairperson, this book is a book where you're going to get the history of football from Nyasran days. The first book I launched, I wrote first edition. We launched at Crossroads Hotel. And I'm sorry, my editor and publisher forgot. It was in 2016. And I started writing this book in 2015 after finishing the first one. I have written this book for 8 years. And I only gave to him to edit it in 2024. It has not been easy with a number of chapters that are over 20, so it wasn't easy that he cannot just edit within a month. It took him time as well. He finished it in 2025 and asked even another editor to help him as well because time was running out. As I was saying, I was pushing him like putting a pin on his seat all the time. Thank you so much, my brother. God bless you. And for this book to come out today, it was printed from December end to January. And it was brought to Malawi here in January. This book is printed in South Africa And you see the printing of this book is top notch. I thank you so much for that. Colleagues, by this book, as I've said, it is capturing history from Nyasaland days. The people that are in this book are those that actually played football. I had to go to them. I think I'm proud to say I'm the one legend in Malawi who has got a lot of data of everyone who played football from Nyasaland days in 1957, 58, 1962 to this day. I hold that data. And I know each one of them where he is. I don't think our football association has got that data. I can provide that for free. The only one that I've not captured in this book on the old day, those of the old days, are people like the first gentleman, ex-gentleman, retired Chief Justice Richard Banda. I'm sure Afro Legends will agree with me. We went to visit him, to see him, and he promised that I could get something from him, but time is not permitting. But I'm sure I'm going to do that. The next book that I am going to write, capturing the history of all football administrators in this country. I wished I invited my brother, Walter Nyamilandu, could have been here, and Fleetwood as well, and all the past football chairmen and presidents of Football Association of Malawi. Chief Kaumba will be one of them. I'll go there. Some of you do not know that Chief Kaumba was, during this time when he was chairman of Football Association of Malawi, was the one who brought in people like Ted Powell, after late Alege Banda. So I know all the people who have headed farm from Nyasaland days to now. And as long as they arrive, I'm going to put them in that book. My editor told me, and that's what he has said here, books live longer than the writer. And he told me he's reading books that were written 1800s, 1700s to date, but those people are long gone. So what is in this book, I have to make sure I write only facts, nothing fictitious. They will live. I will be gone, but they will live. I ask all football authorities, all of you are in here, buy this book for your clubs, for your schools, universities, colleges, churches. Buy this book. It has got a lot of information. Today I would meet somebody on the street to say, I played football. He has heard I played football. I was gone. But he will not even remember, even after an hour. But when you put it in the book, it will live for long. So buy this book, is going to have, it has got rich history. It has got a lot of things that you could gain if you buy it. I thank you so much. Let me just finish by reading something that is going to make me probably feel too emotional. I ask you to be very patient with me. Honorable Minister, as guest of honor, there are some people in here who have sent their representatives. I have captured in this book, I'll mention these people. I got a script, how football was, from Boniface Maganga. Immediately after approving what I had got from him, Boniface Maganga was called to glory. I interviewed Nathan Kamunga Gondwe. I hear, was one of the best wingers Malawi ever had. Immediately after getting the script, went to him, approved of what I wrote, he's called to glory. the goalkeeper who was bamboozled 12-0 by Ghana at Rangers Stadium, which now is Kamuzu Stadium in Blantyre. After my interview with him, God calls him to glory. The book comes out when this man is late. May I ask you, Honorable Minister, if possible, permit me that each one of us should stand and observe 1 minute of silence for our departed souls, my professional brethren. Please, for 1 minute silence. We are respecting them posthumously. MC, timing. Amen. May they be enjoying in the glory of our Lord. I am now going to read a few sentences from one who went, and this is Reverend Macmillan Kishombe, who was the goalkeeper. Reverend Macmillan Kishombe was the first goalkeeper of Nyasland, the national team, in 1962. His first game was against Ghana at Rangers Stadium in October 1962. Remember, this game was played in October 1962. It is believed that there has never been a goalkeeper like him in Malawi. He had the most amazing reflexes, rare in goalkeepers. His monkey-like acrobats left most spectators wondering if he watches and trains different football game altogether. Many people left football venues going home after games talking about the goalkeeper in Reverend Kishombe. He left people wondering, thinking he was not a goalkeeper from this planet, let alone Malawi and Kayonga for that matter. I had the privilege of meeting with him, and we had a long chat about football. I first met him in March and April in 2017 during my first book launch at Crossroads Hotel and Grand Palace Hotel in Mzuzu, in Ronga and Mzuzu respectively. When, as a matter of respect for football legends, I invited him and Nathan Gondwe, who was his teammate in the first national team for Nyasland, to grace the function, of which was spiced by them to be one of the most colorful book launches ever in this country. I wanted to find out more from him, and this is how we chatted. Follow me. PK is Pirakins Kaira. LMK is Reverend Macmillan Kishombe. PK. Mr. Kishombe, my name is Peter Genskaira, who invited you to the book launch at Crossroads Hotel and Grand Palace Hotel. I'm writing a second book, and this time round, I want you to have your own chapter in this book, and I need information from you that I feel can be in this book for Malawians to know. All you will be telling me will be a record and put it in this book for the world to see and read what you will say. Let me know if you are agreeable to this. And this is what Kishombe said. Mr. Kaira, I am very happy and you have remembered me again on your project. And I'll be very happy that at least that the Nyasland goalkeeper is in the book. I like the way you are passing information about football. But does this country see this? You did a wonderful thing to remember me and my friend Nathan to your book launch. We were very happy that at least you remembered us. The football administration does not think we are useful in Malawi football, but here you are. Omwana mahara gagona mwachekuru ngandise. Mwana una vinjeru iwe. Young man, wisdom has slept in the aged like me. Young man, you have the brains. I will give you all the information you want. Go ahead. This is good. I hope you will invite me for this book launch if I am still alive. Today we are here, he's gone. I said, you'll be there. God is faithful to us. Even if you are gone, the message you leave in this book will be spread all over the world. Here today, he is gone. I think the daughter representing him is here, has been sent by the family. I don't know where she is. Okay, the son. Yeah, this is Mr. Gishombe. Thank you very much. We thank you so much. He has traveled all the way from Karonga to here just to witness this launch. Thank you so much, my brother. So I said, can you tell the world how football was organized then, administratively and technically? And this is what he told me. Administratively, we had very passionate leaders who made everything possible then to make sure Nyasrand was a good team. The officials were so proud to be chosen to lead football and made sure everything laid down was followed. Technically, players were easily identified because the biggest supply of players were in schools because we didn't have established clubs like in Northern and Southern Rhodesia. So in Malawi in those days, they trusted schools to supply football players to the city. And this is not me, it's him who was telling me. Nyasrand was then fighting against the colonial masters, and it was difficult for them to have established teams here. Most of the best football coaches were teachers in secondary schools and were mostly white. Those whites had a good style of play, and since they were either missionaries or teachers, they taught us football from their colonial masters. How were you identified? Because that's the main key issue. How were players identified in Nyasrand days? And this is what he said. I was at Desert Secondary School when I was identified. I was one of the best goalkeepers of my generation. At Desert Secondary School, I was with Nathan Gondwe, one of the craftiest wingers Nyasrand ever produced. He was so slippery. Our sports teacher was a coach and loved us so much that if we played well, he would offer paying school fees for us. Nothing but playing better football, he pays school fees for them. So they had to make sure they play very well. So our parents were relieved of the burden of paying school fees. The teachers offered to pay for us that particular term, and that made us to work even harder in class and in football. In those days, when Dr. Hastings Kamuzu Banda took over as Prime Minister in 1961, he made it very clear that Malawians must take part themselves in developing themselves and in different spheres of life, including sports and football in particular. Remember, Dr. Hastings Kamuzu Banda came here through Ghana, which was ruled by his close friend Kwame Nkrumah. And most of the things he did copied from his friend Nkrumah, like Malawian pioneers. He copied from Ghana, which had the National Youth League organization and some privately trained security like Malawian pioneers. This made him to contact his friend and ask him if Nyasrand could play a football-friendly match with his country. Nkrumah accepted, and that was the beginning of international football. The question now was, where do we get the football team to play the Black Stars of Ghana? The idea came that most of the good players are in schools, and it was arranged that schools should contribute players to the national team because in schools, players are already there. So in other words, recruitment was only in schools. That's how the first national team came in. It came from schools. So that time, such activities were banked on expertise of whites, and obviously the whites were to dominate in Nyasrand national team. How could you include the team of whites in the federal country managed by whites? And this is what he said. This is exactly what Dr. Banda wanted to eliminate, and the whites had no choice when we as Malawians were given freedom to participate and do things on our own. Footballers were more talented than the whites, so they had no choice but to choose us. As an example, I was the best goalkeeper in Nyasaland, that there was no white man who was better than me in Nyasaland. Being at school and taught by whites, coached by whites, it was easy to fit in the national team. We were selected in secondary schools, and a few workers and camped at Impemba, Blantyre, for very few days, and believe we were very confident we would be great. We would beat Ghana because we had the best team and best players, and that was the first Nyasaland national team in history of the country. We had players like Oliver Nankhumwa, Richard Shoeshine Banda. He was nicknamed Shoeshine because of his cleanliness of his shoes. You know, these guys, the Tongas, are very, very clean. They can stop a car. When it stops, then he walks away and says, I didn't want that dust, so you can go. That's how Tongas are. He never wore dirty shoes, even his shoes. Richard was clean. He emphasized on that one. He was clean and lethal striker. Even when playing football, he was the most trusted striker of ours in the national team. You will continue reading about this. There are fascinating stories, and I've captured in here the one who was called Zambuku. This is the man who was in hospital a day before the game. He had a problem with his leg. He was told on the hospital bed a day before the game that tomorrow we are playing Ghana. He woke up, he went, he played the game back into hospital. It's in this book. That's how passionate people were with football. And today, you call me to come to camp, I'm asking you, how much am I going to get? Sad situation. Guest of honor, honorable minister, I would read this till morning. You would pay attention, because this book has got a lot of good stuff. I am offering a book to the head of state. I will sign this book. I want you to deliver for me. He needs to know what happened in the past. I beg you, consider us as former footballers. We are the knowledge reservoir of football in this country. And I challenge our Football Association of Malawi president, Sulo, you will never do without us. Involve us, Malawi will get to the top. I will not stop putting on paper what is needed for Malawi. God bless you all for listening.
I think we can do much better than that. Thank you so much. That was so passionate. I was so much intrigued with what he was saying. I think as Zambuku alipojepa paka dali pano ku Malawi ndi choncho kuti mkulu ameneyu I don't know the extent of the injury, but kuchoka pa bedi la chipatala ndipita kamenya mpira ndikubwerera sota ndipange ni treat. Fascinating. And I would also urge you to get this book. Tikubwera posta jedwa popa in a moment, because we have got two speakers coming forward, and then after that we'll have Mr. Chimango Muntali to come in front to sell this book to you. It's going to be an auction. I want you to participate in this, even those that are watching us online. Zodiak, I'm told Mibawa is also beaming this event, so you can as well buy this book when the auction is happening. But next in line is the chairperson of the Malawi National Council of Sports to come in front, Mr. Jim Kalua. He's also the chairperson of the board for the Football Legends Association. His speech, when he concludes his speech, he is going to call in front the Minister of Sports, Youth and Culture, Alfred Gangata, MP, and then after that we are going to go straight to the auction. So bear with us. Mr. Jim Kaloa, please come in front to give your speech, and then you will call the Minister of Sports to also give us his speech. Let us put our hands together as Jim Kaloa walks to the stage.
Wanibanga ambushi ndimwera nga speech hapo ndenda ntawija kwana. Anyway, the guest of honor, Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Honorable Alfred Gangata, MP, the PS, Minister of Sports, Youth and Culture, Mr. James Wandarama, the PS, Minister of that is Foreign Affairs, Mr. Charles Smwaka. Let me recognize the presence of the CEO, Longo City Council, Honorable Stambuli. Let me recognize the presence of our GS Football Agents Association and one of the founders as well, Senior Superintendent Solomon Chawe. Let me recognize the presence of Solomon Vice President Alonto Ronald Shwabula. Let me also recognize, I don't think we could have pushed this far without these regions. I will specifically mention that Elders Spy Msisha, you are here. Ayugo, you are here. I've seen Kanjeza Kamwendo is here. Our own, I think you have your own time. I've seen, I think, a number of guests, including our own board. I've seen Victor Sawyer, Ashraf, Kumbo, a lot of you. You guys, you have really made us, and particularly you have really made me, for accepting me to be your leader as a founder and chair of our Football Agents Association. I need to appreciate that. The organizing chair, my good friend Chimango Muntali, and who is also the executive member of Football Association of Malawi. I think I need to recognize you in a special way. I've also seen a representative from, is it Kishombe? Boniface Maganga. I think you bear with me on the protocols for the interest of time. Indeed, our own legend, whom we have gathered today for, that is Peter Kinskaira, and all football legends here gathered once more. All invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Tonight, before you stands a man who is somehow confused with joy. Last year, I was entrusted with the responsibility to head the board of the Malawi National Council of Sports, an honor I shall forever cherish. At the same time, the membership of the Regents Association decided to renew my mandate as a board chairperson of the association. So it was really a tough moment. That's why I say I'm standing before you, full of joy and excitement as we all pay witness to Legend Kaira launching his second book titled Football in Malawi, authored years after hanging his boots. This is a book that highlights Peter King's football career as well as Malawi football in general. It is argued that a nation without history is a lost nation and rootless, as it lacks cultural continuity and identity. Such a nation leaves its people vulnerable to repeating its past mistakes. And I think Legend Peter King, he just nailed it in his speech. Thank you so much. It is therefore refreshing to see that one individual who carries Malawi's rich football history has decided to share that history with the now generation so that it does not perish, as where there is no information, people perish. This is not just a book, but rather a piece of literature that can be studied in Malawi and far beyond. It was for that reason that when I got an invitation to grace this occasion, I did not think twice, but jumped on this opportunity, as the book aligns well with the Malawi National Council of Sports Operations, amongst them that of preserving the country's sports history. As a board chairperson, I would like to emphasize initiatives just like these and only limited to football regions. We also need to hear stories of our netball and other sports regions. The many wires, share with us your experience. The Peace Chawingers, the Chilemba in boxing, we need to hear from you and your council in there to support you. Victor Soya, as a legend administrator, we need books from you. Of course, Peter Kings has set the bar high, so you need to do the thorough research when authoring your books. To my football agents, your association is there for you. Peter Kings was here on this, and why not you? We hear stories of juju on failing to work when playing away from Malawi. How true are such stories? It's only books. Tell us stories of how you guys walked through long distances just to realize your dreams. That's the kind of motivating stories the kind generation of the Chikumbosos, that is Salima, must read and relate to the current situation. I'm therefore challenging you all football agents gathered here. Of course, I'm conflicted if I continue referring to football agents because I'm now the board chairperson of my National Council of Sports, whereby all sporting disciplines, they should be embraced. So this challenge goes to all sporting disciplines, all regions. So you are supposed that you need to make this an annual or even a biannual event where at least one or two of you should be able to invite us to a gathering like this. Once again, well done, Peterkins, and thank you. I can't continue, that is, delivering my speech without specifically mentioning and apologizing to Mrs. Kaira. I think I'm one of the guys, I mean, I'm panga bulldozer wambiri ndala. Calling him as late as 2 a.m. Feel like he is hardworking. Without him and these legends here, City Ganaka football legends manage. He really worked hard to make sure that we have that association. We had football legends associations. They were there. Kuyamba guta. Ilipo, Izakarapo, Idagalipo, because of resilience here, Peterkins, and of course my right-hand man, right there. Let me recognize the presence of Shabia Osman. Apologies, my good friend, the owner of Winter Sports. You drove all the way from Blantyre to be with us. Thank you so much. So you have our full support as my National Council of Sports. That is all those who are aspiring to write books. To the organizing chairperson, Chimango Muntali, one sharp guy, thank you for staging such a beautiful and that is a memorable event. So colorful, so beautiful. As I conclude, allow me to extend my congratulations to Legend Peterkins Kaira for successfully launching his second post-football career book. Once again, congratulations, Peterkins, and write again more and more. At this point, let me invite our one and only Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Honorable Alfred Gangata. Thank you.
Mr. James Ndalama, Secretary for Youth and Sports Culture. Mr. Smaka, Secretary for Foreign Affairs. The CEO of Lilongwe City Council. Chairperson, National Sports Council, Mr. Jim Karua. Munantambiri mbili munono wadziwa ndi nunodi ndi pangalo organize ndani alonto takonani Vice President Super League of Malawi, distinguished guests, fellow football lovers, members of the media, and also Mr. Jimango Muntali, mwembo ndandaulanga so training. And most importantly, our football legend and author, Mr. Peterkins Kaira. Good evening. It is a great honor for me to be here today to officially launch the second edition of this important book, Football in Malawi. Malawi has a very rich and exciting football history. However, much of this history is not well documented. It is often lives only in our memories and is told through stories. Sadly, when those who know these stories pass away, in history often vanishes with them. We all enjoy the glory of a goal or lifting a trophy, but we all rarely see the hard work, the muddy boots, and the late nights planning that lead to those moments. Too often, we leave the stadium and record nothing, simply waiting for the next game to enjoy. The cycle must change. Writing this book, Football in Malawi, was Mr. Pitikins Kaira's own initiative. It requires a great discipline, deep research, a true passion for the game. Football is more than just a sport. It is a universal language that teaches us how to stand back up after a defeat. Mr. Kaira has captured that spirit perfectly. Whether you are a player or a coach or a fan, this book gives us a new way to look at a beautiful game. I want to commend Pitikins for his dedication, and I thank all of you for your support. I encourage everyone here to not take a copy home, but to share the lesson found inside his page. It is now my distinct pleasure to officially declare the second edition of Football in Malawi launched. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Alfred Gangata, MP. We may sit. I'm so excited about the next phase of this event. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to make money. We have to make money because Peter Genskaid has been talking about buy this book. So here it is. We have to buy this book because Timon and Zambuko Mugudi Maga Alimotan. So at this point in time, let me invite the chairperson of the organizing committee, Chimango Muntari, to take us through the auction of the book. So Chimango, this is the moment that we have to sell this book. So please come in front. Tilione subuku li kuti ndilotani. Komanso tilijita appreciate quality yake ndi zina zotero, and then let's make money. Kudiliyambira pati. I would urge you to participate fully chifukwa nthawi yakwana. Chimene mabwerera kuno, it is this moment. Chimango, your time.
So thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies. It's really the time to appreciate what's inside the book. And we can only appreciate what's inside the book by buying a copy and taking it home, read it, and even make more stories out of the book, because you now know who to reach out when it comes to a specific event in history. It's great to hear more about those who came before us. I'm still waiting for a mic. I want to be mobile as I do this exercise. So, housekeeping rules when it comes to the auction. Very simple housekeeping rules. We are going to do an English auction. We know what an English auction means, right? An English auction, because we have several copies. So it's different from the usual auctions where kuligamoto imodzi, omuwa wina imodzi owatenga, right? So English auction is the best in the sense that it respects all the bidders. At the end of the day, all the bidders go away with a copy of the beautiful football in Malawi, second edition. So I will start by trying to take out in research. I don't know if you know research. We have got what we call confounders. Yeah? Confounders ndi tintomwe timakhalamo toti timasoko tikhoza kupanga zonoti ndinaenda msanga kupita ku Blantyre chifukwa choti ndimathamanga osazoti tsiku limenelo msewu unali clear. Right? So we want to take out one confounder, and one confounder wa auction iyi omwe ndapanga identify ndi Honorable Alfred Gangata. Mundisokonezera auction because kupezeka kuti mwina pati chimimba ufuna kupanga bid komazo pati andipange bid ndi minister sichoncho pati. So I would like to invite you in front, Honorable Minister. Please come through and join me here. We have our beautiful models. Can I have the first copy that is there, the beautiful copy? Let me, I'll take it, don't worry, I'm very close to it. I feel, ladies and gentlemen, that being in this house, knowing how busy a minister can be, working an evening from 6 up to now, unless if there's anyone else who says, no, Shimango, don't do that. I feel like this copy, which is specifically decorated for this special guest, we should give it to Honorable Alfred Gangata. Anyone in the group who says, no, don't give it to Alfred Gangata, but I'll fight for that first copy. I told you, Guti, there is a hand at the back. Tell us, what are you offering for us not to give this book to Honorable Minister? Ecotech investment, they are offering 1 million. They are saying, mwaule mwage unadi Gangata song kachani. Ife tite engaka. Ecotech investments saying 1 million. They want to get this copy at 1 million. Anyone else who says, no. So, Imene Otitenga ndife musaba say Honorable Gangata is not just a confounder. Tosi ndife Malawi. The board chair, you're saying how much? You said something? How much?
In any matter, because I don't want a situation in which I get dissolved board which in our sports council. Not now.
I heard an amount. Sports council, how much?
That is in the board up and get dissolved.
So he's saying the confounder, but he's referring to someone who doesn't report to the minister. So Alonto kuli offer no.
Probably we should hear how much the minister is offering first.
We said the minister is being just offered this one. Sukuti akugula koma kunati in the name of kunati tapeza kale bida wina uko 1 million. Ino mufuna kupulumusa minister.
Eko chani? Ecotech. Okay. I'm adding 100.
Clap hands for Mr. Lonto. He has added 1,100,000. Anyone with an amount? Ecotech, yes? 1.5 million from Ecotech. Slow Minimadzi. Shabil. Boma and the Bomed. Yeah. There's a hand.
Fed Steel Engineering, 1.8 million.
1.8 million. Remember, there's a counter offer. Sa usewera. Zaji bwana sabanga nao.
Ecotech Investment, 2 million.
2 million kwacha. Ecotech Investment. Ona bubu kulitiruku kanani. Likupita. Lonto. Oh. It's the same, huh? Okay. So he says, amangoika bonde mangati ifende amene o. Okay. 2 million, an amount higher than 2 million is going.
Asio.
Akungomamaza asio. Anina okona bwa kuti atango kaponya. Mwaona asio wotu. Mukhoza pezi kati muli nkhani momwe mise wanka konzera nthawi amene mpira kwamaenda bwino. I would love to close this section because I wanted to take out a confounder. In taking out a confounder, timanena kunati umaipanga declare confounder koyambirira kunati awawa akopyeza anthu mina atuluke kai mulumumu kuti zimsende bwino. So, Honorable Kangata, we have got someone who is offering 2 million kwacha. But this was specifically decorated for you. I know you.
2.1.
I know you. He's saying it's 2.1. But like when you look at the decoration itself, even without the book, you only got 2.1 years. I think maybe I should find another buyer.
Yeah.
So, Ecotech, they still want to get this honorable. Okay, thank you very much. That's the start of what we wanted. And at the end of the day, I will reserve this book, but take note, Ashraf, of we have got a 1.1, we have got a 2.3, we have got a 1.8. Take note of those. They will get their copies. Already there we are talking about 4 copies. We have got 20 copies that we've reserved, well decorated. They will be signed. A good question that could be coming out is, what next? Why do we need this money to be raised? Peter Kins has got a dream. You didn't share your dream. You want to launch this book where? In Swaziland, yeah? He wants to launch this book in Swaziland within the next 60 days or so. And what we are raising here is going to support him to be able to do that. So, Honorable Minister, this copy, was meant for you.
Thank you.
I know you mentioned 2.1. I haven't mentioned it on the list, but I'll give you this copy and exclude you from the bidding. In your bidding, you will mention how much you're going to get this book later after I finish my bidding. No, you should take a picture with me, maybe. Honorable Minister, you should take a picture with me first here, because book also because. And Peter Kins, please. Yes. The first book has gone. A big round of applause for the Honorable Minister, please. Thank you very much. As I said, I have 20 books here, which already I can invite Peter Kins again to allow our colleague who has gotten the first copy as well at 2.3, please come through. The entire team, you can come through for a picture. Please come through. Peter Kins here. You sign it there. I will allow them to take a picture together. This is the copy. That was 2.3 million. We have 1.8 at the back. Can we have the second bidder who came with 1.8? You said your company again is? Is in Vega. Okay.
Third Steel Engineering.
Amen.
We manufacture steel furniture, like school desks and other school furnitures.
I forgot advertisement, eh? Okay, Peter Kins, can you come through in the interest of time? The books will be signed. 1.8, can we give them a round of applause, guys, for 1.8? We had the third bidder, Mr. Juola. 1.1. Let's give the Vice President of Suom a loud applause.
Just a small announcement. I'm not alone in this. There is my president and my GS. Thank you.
So, Peter Kins, I feel like you just need to stand there. We had a second copy that we had put in place for a special guest as you had requested. I know the first one has gone to the minister at a very high price. The other one, we are 2.3. So the one who is in between the minister and the first bidder has come in. Let me just welcome in front our very own Dr. Justice Saidi. A round of applause for Dr. Justice Saidi, please. You're welcome. Please come through, sir. Bando ajizungwima hata usiku nini amba yangu amjishia watu zimveka bwilo. Takula ndanona. So, Justin is not an ordinary man. When it comes to where we are as football agents, he has played a very critical role. And he has reached a point where he has stopped playing football to focus on administration of football agents. The goal is just not Peter. But today we are celebrating Peter Kins, and we kept a copy for you because mu order yatu tunayambia minister kama tunanena unati akabuya Justin muona ndi a minister sichula zomwe anena koma omwe analipa katika payo uzafika pa Justin pa minister na 2.3. So still funa kunati tinene kuti for me koma ndinati like anduna ali kuntunda kwina kwake. So kope ndi microphone ndi bwana.
Ife ndovinidwa akuluakulu akakhalapo mayeneka kukhale m'musi. Simwambo athu kuti kukadusa nduna sizinachitikepo ndene susanga
imeneyo tivomereza sanena nsanga makonfounder aja ndimanena aja mwaone tikuwachoseratu. A picture please. Now I will open up for another round that we want to bid for our 5th book. So having reached 1.1, I will start from 1.1. A book at 1.1, because that's the lowest that we've gotten already. Looking for bidders at 1.1. Anyone to start at 1.1? This is a very beautiful book that there is a hand at the back again. Yeah. You bought one. Beautiful. So, because there are two, they want to get one, it means you believe in equality, right? Yes. Yes, he believes in equality. So he's saying, Sninga Zanga Gure 2.3 in and Gure 1.1. Are you telling me that you're starting at 2.3? Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. We have got the first bidder at 2.3. Anyone to do better? We can do better. We can go higher. Mr. Partridge. He's not the Reserve Bank governor, he's just a Partridge. Usafiri zaini again? Okay. Shapiro, the minister is gone. It's open. He's smiling. You can actually tell that there is money in the smile. Zimaoneka dudu uya kusekele hapa ndi mafuto kambuwe uya kusekele hapa ndi Shapiro. Shapiro 2.4. Shapiro 2.4. This side there are so many suits. Yes. Thank you.
No, I will actually talk on behalf of Football Legends as a board secretary. Football Legends is buying at 1.5 million. Thank you.
So Football Legends alowa pasi pena bage. Tia yankula nthawi yawo. Kuti 1.5 yo yafika koma panopoti pa 2.4. Going once. 2.450. I need a proper round figure. Zweli. Tacho samo tu a minister tacho sakale. I see people looking down, but it's an opportunity to get a signed copy in a special package. There are only 20 of them. 6 are already gone. We're counting down. And actually it's not 6, actually it's almost 8 now. Going once, twice, gone. Let's clap hands for our colleagues who have taken it. Please come through for another picture. They should see that there are 2 of them. Bring the other one as well so that people can see the 2 books. or is still here for signing. So you can either, please, let me hold the bottle. It's a sogonese, so yeah. Please, Shabil, come through as well. Thank you very much. A round of applause for Into Sports. You can't talk about sports equipment in Malawi without Into Sports. Mukoza ungoona momo avalira mwed kuti he is someone who watichenesa pataundi pano. Thank you very much, Sabil. Going at 2.4. We had another round where we are starting at 1.5. Football agents, they want to get a book at 1.5. This is the 9th copy. I think the 8th copy. Anyone to outbid the football agents? Momwe amayankhulira a board chair a football agents moja. You could think that alindika antwe? Yeah? Silver Strikers is smiling? It's not a money smile? The smile ya mavuto kambue? Okay.
Because of GS, I think it was a Wabanga bail out. Body Babera, a second vice board chair, not on his capacity, and got chief secretary. And the team on Bolo, football agents at 2 million.
So I'm assuming those are two different books, yeah? You're saying 2 million, then there's 1.5 million. Yeah? Yeah? My spokesperson okay. As football agents, I figure up 2 million for this special copy. Anyone to outbid them? To any DJs kuliza kuja huku, I think tabula ndikale. Okay, going once, going twice. The book is going to football agents at 2 million. Let's give them a round of applause. Just to make sure that they are also seen, they will now start buying at individual level. Can we ask all the football agents to come through, all members of the football agents to come through to be part of the receiving of the book? Let's go, quickly. All the members of the football agents family, let's come through. An opportunity for a picture. It will come at a cost, trust me. Chair, we have bought this book at 2 million. How many legends do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm also a member. 14. Patrick, it means book la kuda bazingati. Like 2 million, should be 2 million divided by 14. We've been robbed, yeah? Yes, yes. We've been robbed, guys. So, as a member of the football agents, just like the other colleagues mentioned, I think in our individual capacity, we also maybe contribute, each one of us, how much?
100 each. 100 each.
So, on top of don't worry. Kumbo, you've already given guidance. They're saying on top of what you are seeing here as 2 million kwacha, you can also count each one of us 100,000 each on top of it. So that makes it, they're buying this book at how much? 2 million will come from the account. The 1.4 will come from the individuals and Kumbo Atibasira. So he's the spokesperson and he's going to coordinate the receiving of the money. Take a picture and they should go out. Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. Kumbo, remember Gutore, right? I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. Another opportunity. We're counting down. We're counting down. The last bidder tunachokera pasipa 1.1. So we are starting from the same. Anyone to get this quickly? Now we have no time. Anyone to get this quickly? At 1.1? Yeah? This is for me. Shabil wants to pay for me? Oh, okay. I wanted to just make sure that and then okay. So this one is gone to me at 1.1. Can you clap hands for me? I can also take a picture, right? Thank you. Remember to bring back your book so that the legend can sign, personalize it properly. Another one. We are still at the lowest, 1.1. Like you go to Minister of Foreign Affairs or Minister of Sports, you find out that there is no copy, history of football. I'm not saying anything in terms of Kusite and stuff, but I'm just saying there is an opportunity here to say, like the richest institution in the country is government. So for now I'll keep that 200, but it will come back. I'm looking at the ministries now. I'm avoiding to look at people's faces, but they know that they come from ministries. Some from local government in the name of cities, some from sports, some from... Actually, you have 3 ministries. You have got sports, youth, and culture. So you have to buy for all the ministries within your ministry. Okay? We are starting at 1.1. People are thinking. I'm also very patient. I was born a very patient person. 500? We'll keep that. Ashraf, keep the 500. But we are at 1.1. Yes, in the corner? Yes. So on behalf of Ecotech, akunena kuti ndrama yomwe atayike pa SPC iwo so aonjeza 1 million. Let's give them a round of applause. Mwaona ubwino kuti minister atuluke kaipanja ere? Papezeka sponsor wansanga anakapanga sponsor minister. So SPC pomafuna paja poyambia papezeka kale. Okay, thank you very much. So we have got this copy that is going at 1.1. thank you very much for that. Okay. There is silence. At the moment, I will go down by 100 deliberately to 1 million. Any individual to offer us $1 million for this book, for this copy? Is that a hand up? Now I can get. You be the last one. Okay. I'll make sure that by the time we reach the last one, we're still in the millions. Don't worry. Yeah. There are 2 partridges here, so you are saying something, Rodney? What are you saying? You're just smiling. Not now. Okay, fine. Reserve Bank of Malawi is the sponsor of Silver Strikers, yeah? Yeah. I'm just saying it. It's just a statement. Okay. Mavuto times 1.1, 1 million. Mavuto is my good friend, so anything about when I want to talk about any bad thing, I normally use his name because his name is already Mavuto, right? Okay. Going to 800. Anyone in the room to offer us 800,000? Ndibuku Lodi, maybe sooner or later, you can look at it and you see, Gunadi, it's a well documented piece. There was an offer to follow from Pastor Namala USA is on doing that. Okay. Yeah, there was, we had some colleagues from the USA who wanted to join the bid. Anyone who is online to connect in Paso, like through phone call? Chair, can you call in Paso? He called in the morning to join the bidding. At the moment, I will respect the bid that came at, yeah?
Sorry. Okay. From Civil Service United, 500,000, and Tree Business 500,000, making it 1 million.
So we have $1 million, right, to take up the book from Civil Service United. I want to masangar maklabu na akune sampave. Awesome. Yes, we had another.
There is a text from Pastor Namwari, who is following the proceedings online and is putting in 1.5 million. Thank you.
So we have 1.5 million. We have got 1 million. There is another hand somewhere. Do you have another hand? Yes.
Sorry, I just wanted clarification from Mr. Kazago. He has mentioned the person normally offering 1.5. Is it in US dollars? Because I understand it's outside the country. Thank you.
No. We already know. Like, how can you be paying in Kwaja when he's outside? Yeah. So. Hi, Mpaso. So, yeah, we are putting you on loudspeaker for you to share. People are asking because the bidding is around 4 million somewhere there. So we said, is this in dollars? Because that's the only amount that can match the bidding levels that we have reached so far.
Oh my goodness. No, I think I'm MK 1 million for my good friend.
You're adding 1 million, like 2.5 now?
Explain to me where you guys are.
We are at 4 million now.
No, 1 million MK is good for me.
MK means US dollars in reaching Malawi kwaja? Okay.
Malawi kwaja.
So we have, thank you very much, Mpaso. We don't take it for granted. Someone taking.
My friend, my teammates, my elder, Mr. Kaira, you keep inspiring us, and for sure, we're looking forward to following your footsteps post-football and post-writing books. Thank you so much, everyone, for keeping support to all the legends. We also thank the leadership from government to non-government to all the football affiliates groups for everything you're doing to keep the football legends ideas and also doings in perspective.
Thank you, Mpaso. Thank you, and another round of applause for Mpaso. It takes a heart that is part of this group to join. And he has just reminded me of, so someone will take a copy from Mpaso at 1 million kwacha. It has just reminded me of a simple story that I always tell people about my friend's mom. So I've got a friend by the name of Chimume Kanyenda. Her late mom, she was our mom, and she was one person that you wouldn't give a chance to speak. Because what happened was that, to pray actually, not to speak, but to pray. Because when you say, Amai, tabempiran, then she say, okay. Then she'll say, koma stinga ngobempira teni atu werenge verse. Then when she reads a verse, she'll say, stinga ngowerenga verse koma teni ati imasulire. Then you realize that by the time you finish the prayer that you had offered for her to pray, it's 7 or 8 minutes. So Mpaso wanted to make a speech as well. So that's what he has reminded me. Thank you very much, Mpaso, once again. We go to the next bidding cycle. We're running out of time. We start at 500 now. Maybe before we got 500, can we get those who did? Gray, can you come through to get from Mpaso? And Sivo, please come through as well to get your copy. Please come through. Okay.
We are sponsoring Civil, so we three businesses.
Thank you very much. So, a good clarification. So, when you look at the beautiful jerseys that Civil wear, it's tree business. They are doing a good job. You would think when they come, you see dreadlocks, but they're not. So, like, they just love the beautiful club. So, thank you very much. Tree business and civil service, 1 million kwacha. I want to move with speed, looking at time. I'll start the next round at 200,000. We had already an offer. Our PS, please come through. We'll start from there because you already offered one. So, let's go ahead. Okay, we have another one. Thank you very much. For 400? 200, thank you very much. Should tend a round of applause for the two ministries. We really appreciate your presence and your support. Yeah. Lord?
Mine 200, and there's Moses Nyirenda for 250.
So we have got two from Moses Nyirenda and Rodney Partridge, 250 and 200. So you can come through to get the two copies. I'm doing 200 above. 200 above. Anyone in the room? Silver Strikers? Patrick Chimimba. 250,000. Anyone to Now the books are running out, so I'll be quick, but 250,000. Thank you very much. 200, okay. You know our Boma, Patrick, we need to give them space, right? So, okay. A minister can no manena. We have got Patrick at 250,000. Okay, there's a 200 here. We are keeping that. I'm remaining with 5 copies. I'm remaining with 5 copies. 250,000, 200. Anyone who wants to check this? Amos. Okay, we're taking this, going at once, going twice. Mr. Chimimba, you can come and grab your copy. Let's give him a round of applause. Please come through to get your copy as well at 200,000. I've got 4 copies remaining, so we're almost done. Yeah. We've got 4 copies remaining. 200,000. Anyone who wants to get this, Timarizane Babatikaji Useligu, only 3 copies. Yes, please. We'll give you one. We'll give you another one. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah. Okay. 200,000. 200,000.
Zina mangona waziamba. Kuti chair mera tutandiza. Chair wa Regents, chair wa National Council of Sports alepera kubera kusogolo. 1 million.
Thank you very much. Okay, this one is already signed, but no, chair. Please, a picture with the legend. Thank you very much. Jim has also supported us in so many ways to make this event possible, so we appreciate the gesture. We've got 2 copies to go. We've got 2 copies to go. Anyone to bid for this? We have 2 copies. Of course, she already said she would take the last one, so I know the last one is already gone. So this is as good as the last one. $200,000, the last copy. This is the last copy. Someone already committed for the last copy. So anyone to take this at 200,000? Ashraf, you told me the other day that reading is your hobby. Thank you very much. You can come for a picture. Let's give Ashraf a round of applause. And whilst Ashraf is here, this whole decoration you are seeing here is this young man. Very innovative, very outgoing. If you want a creative outlook for your event, this is the guy to go to. Keep it up, man. Sure. The last copy. Yes.
This time I'm speaking on behalf of Football Association of Malawi. We are buying the book at 2,500,000 kwacha. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are going to organize a book for Football Association of Malawi. We have some more copies, so make sure that we deliver that. Can we get this last book at 200,000? It's the last one. Come again? Oh, yeah. Please come through for a picture. She said she's going to buy the last copy. Okay, please come through. Oh, beautiful. What a thought. What a thought. This book is going to go to National Library. Anyone from National Library? We sent an invitation to the National Library. Anyone here to represent the National Library? Anyone from there? Okay. I think I would like to invite P.S. Ndalama. I think you're the right person to take it to the National Library. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, as I wrap, let me just take this mic and Honorable, I'll still invite you to just close it. And Bana SPC, because nagusinanda goma is yakuneti akula asa mukachura mafigures and demand and stuff, so I felt like it should be at the end. So Abana Nadi Adigrain, so let's we close it. Thank you, Honorable.
Yeah, baja mo global nyan acha. Yeah, nali bompan. Baja mo global? Yeah, mam. Ai. Different figure a treasure. Tumudia? Ndimupromote no gura. Como gura and hawilo siana. Wina so na bwera. Wina so na bwera na mo na alima headphone ma headphone course. Overall so safety objection, safety shoes. Na mo na hawilo siana. Yai. Now na eneo 2.450 sina wale 2450 ndi 2.3 200 na ndalo siana rebellions so the highest in 2.5 they will buy the book at 2.5.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Another round of applause for Honorable Gangata. 2.5. He already got his copy, a beautiful copy for him. We really appreciate your coming in. Bwana SPC city kudumpania tingagambe kugwidwa milandu, so tingo iponyabe basi.
Sina gaine ubwino wake, so ena ndiri bila kale kundi bwanje pachi okay donje 1.5.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ndalam, Dr. Saidi, and let's give him another round of applause. I know I've taken longer, but I know it's not easy to sell all the 20 books in this space, but it's an honor and we're so thankful for what you've done. I want to also just say that we have two special individuals that are so special to Peterkins. There is Ronald Impaso and Donata. Peterkins mentions you guys all the time. They are the ones who did a lot of research, going into the field and do all these things. And all those people that have been mentioned in the book will get a free copy from Peterkins Kaira. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you very much. Over to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you so much, Chimango.
for that beautiful auction. Koma apa pali buku limene ndilanga mabwesa kutolanga ile kuti ntautenga mauli ngasema nna kuti chabwino koma lilipo apa ndio ngati wina angalifune ena atatha kutenga. There is another book here mwina mutha kugula.
Ndimene ndithu umwambo waendera kuno ku Bingu International Convention Center BICC mu mzinda wa Lilongwe, kumene mmodzi mwa osewera mpira akali a timu ya dziko lino ya Flames Peter Kinskaira amakhazikitsa buku lake lomwe likutchedwa kuti Football in Malawi. Support yaikulu kwambiri kuchokera ku boma la Malawi kudzera kwa akuluakulu amene anafika kuno, monga nduna ya zachinyamata masewero ndi chikhalidwe a Alfred Gangata, komanso kunabwera mlembi wamkulu wa boma amene wandithu ndi Mr. makamaka Dr. Justin Saidi, komanso akuluakulu a nthambi zosiyanasiyana zoyendetsa masewero a mpira wa miyendo. Tinaonapo ndithu a Vice President abungwe la Super League of Malawi Solomon Ronald Chiwaula analiponso ndithu pomwepo kugula nawo ndithu kuonetsa support ku buku limeneli. Kampani zosiyanasiyana zimenenso ndithu zaonetsa kuti nazonso zikufuna zitadziwa mbiri ya mpira wa miyendo mdziko lino imene Peter Kinskaira wayika ndithu mu buku limeneli la Football in Malawi. Mchichewa chomveka bwino mwachidule nkumanena kuti mpira wa miyendo mdziko la Malawi. So buku limeneli likhali ndithu lili pa msika malo ambiri osiyanasiyana. Mitengo yake ndithu atitsimikizira akuluakulu amene akuyendetsa ndithu zonsezi, koma chitsimikizo chilipo chonena kuti buku limeneli lidzipezeka kuti nanunso mukwanitse kuligula mudzikhala nalo ku nyumba. Kampata kakapezeka ndithu anankumakwanitsa ndithu kuwerenga. Tithokoze kwambiri kuti munali pamenepo kuonera kanema wa Zodiak makamaka pamene timakupatsirani live mwambo umenewu okhazikitsa buku kuno ku Bingu International Convention Center, buku lochedwa Football in Malawi lomwe walemba ndi osewera mpira wakale wa timu ya dziko lino Peter Kinskaira. So that's it from the Bingu International Convention Center, where we are having a live coverage of the book launch for the Football in Malawi book that has been authored by former Flames legend, that's Peter Kinskaira. So the copy will be available in various selling points across the nation at the prices that will be confirmed. But now, after its official launch, after this official send-off, the book is now readily available. Get your copy right now. Maybe you should also learn and know something about Malawi's football history. There are quite a number of issues that have been tackled in the book, dating back from the 60s when Malawi national football team were clobbered 12-0 by Ghana at Rangeley Stadium, now called Kamuzu Stadium in Blantyre, and also that rich history in which Malawi won back-to-back the East and Central African Challenge Cup in the 80s, and Peter Kinskaira was amongst the players in those squads. From the entire crew of Zodiac, this is Sam Banda wishing you a lovely night. Thank you.
In the history of Malawian football, there are names that echo beyond the pitch, names that shape generations, names that became legends. Peter Kinskaira is one of those names, a warrior in the beautiful game, a symbol of passion, a pioneer who carried the pride of Malawi onto every field he stepped on. Today, the story continues, not through goals, but through words, a journey of triumph, of sacrifice, of discipline, of love for the game. This is more than a book. This is the untold story of Malawian football through the eyes of a legend. Join us as we witness history once again. The official launch of Peter Kinskaira's book, Football